First, I started stealing from home, from my own parents, from my siblings. Becoming addicted to drugs, you're in a mental state where you'll do absolutely anything just to get a hit. So then people even run away from you. They don't want you around them. It's a terrible feeling because you understand that no one cares about you, so you need help. But everyone comes to criticize you, to say that what you're doing isn't good, but without extending a hand to stand alongside you, to say that actually they do care about you. After that, I began to steal on the streets. I started breaking into cars. I started robbing people on the street in the middle of the night. But I wasn't like that. No. But something was pushing me to do these things because I was desperate to get drugs. It happened one time that I wasn't able to get a particular drug, and I got sick in front of the apartment. I fell into a coma. They brought me drugs and gave them to me, and then I came back suddenly, and I began to feel alive. The biggest problem was that I was no longer Marius when I was without drugs, but I was Marius when I was taking drugs. So all the time I wanted to renounce them, saying that tomorrow I'll give them up, saying it, of course, only when I was under the influence of the drugs. But the second day, when I wake up, I couldn't keep going without the drugs. I had no way of escape. Though I tried so many times, and in my heart, I wanted to get out of that place. But my life, step by step, was becoming even more distorted and evil. Simply put, I felt empty inside, like a dead man. But I had no way of getting out of that life. I was marginalized by everyone. No one wanted to come alongside me. We were seen as some bad guys, thugs, who could only do wrong. But even if I felt sorry for all I was doing, there was something that was controlling me. There was something that I didn't even understand. I didn't understand what was happening and how I could possibly get out of that place. I found hope in my friends because they understood me, because they understood what I was fighting with. A person needs to know that you love him, how he is, not just to tell him what to do without him feeling that you're alongside him, without feeling that you can support and help him. Down in the pit that he's stuck in. And I believe that people need someone to be alongside them when they're stuck in a pit like that, when no one values them. I needed to steal, and I got arrested. When I saw myself in this situation, I started to cry out to God. I started making promises to God. I told him that I'll change. I'll leave all these things I was doing. I began making promises. And truly, God really listened to me. I remember that I said, Lord, if you really do exist, get me out of this place, and I'll change my life. And after 3 days, God got me out of prison. But something came into my mind and said to me, you're young. Keep going. Live life. I was a man who was destroying others' lives. I was a man who was doing evil to others. And of course, I was doing bad even to myself. I felt the need for someone to take me in their arms just as I was, for someone to appreciate me just as I was. Because there was always in my heart a desire to change. There was always a desire to get out of that place, but I didn't have a reason to get up. I didn't have a reason to change. I didn't have a reason to renounce those things. No one motivated me. Absolutely nothing motivated me. And for that reason, I think, I continued with my life. And I began to do things that were even worse and even worse and even worse. Truthfully, I wanted to change. I wanted to get out of that life, but I didn't have any power to do it. When someone would come and say to me, you need to stop doing these things, it would discourage me even more. It made it even worse because it shoved me back into the problem. I felt like I needed someone to say, hey, you're okay, and you can do this. And this, I believe, would have given me the power to fight to get out of that life. Someone who had problems with alcohol, he was changed. He was set free when he went to a church and received Jesus in his life. Me, seeing him changed, I knew him. He began telling me that Jesus Christ had changed his life. Truthfully, because I had known him, how he was before, and how he is now, hope began to come in my heart. Hope that it was possible, maybe for me too, that there was a solution for me too. Then I decided to say in the following manner: if this life shoved me down and I lived like that, the only solution for me to be able to get out is Jesus Christ. I had had an understanding of, and I had known about God, but I rejected him. But then something came in my heart, and on the next day I decided to go to the church that he was a part of. And over there, something amazing happened. A power came in me, and I felt like something was being torn from here, from inside of me, and right there, I was changed. From that moment, I no longer consumed alcohol, drugs, cigarettes. I stopped sleeping around and doing all the things that I had been doing. I was changed. And God put it in my heart from the beginning, from right then, even though I didn't know him very well, a desire to help people, a desire to understand those who no one else understands, a desire to come alongside them, just to tell them simply, hey, you're okay, I'm here with you. Because there's a power in every person, a desire to do things right. And God put in my heart this thing, to help those who were just like me, those who no one else is helping. Because I didn't see that anyone truly cared. We knew it. We knew that no one really cared about us. Even if they tried to show they cared about us, we knew they didn't really care. They're just pointing with their fingers. I believe that God put it in my heart simply that I can stand alongside people who need someone to tell them, look, I'm with you. God changed my life. He changed my mind. He changed my heart. All my perspective. But I think that if I had not gone through things like that, I wouldn't be able to truly understand what it means to live, or what it really means to love your neighbor, what it really means to have this. I've seen a lot of pain in my life, a lot of rejection, a lot of judgment. But all these things helped me so that now I can show that there are people who do care about others. There are people who will fight no matter what the situation is, what your material state is, what position you're in. There are people. There really are. It's possible. A change is possible. It doesn't matter how ruined your life is. It doesn't matter what your condition is. What matters is that you love. And this love causes you to change. This is what caused me to change. When I understood that I'm loved, that I'm accepted just as I am. God didn't have to say, you really need to change, you need to do something so I can love you. You need to be like this or that so that I can love you. No, I understood that I'm loved just as I am. And this helped me.
Oh my